Well, hello, welcome again to our reading of the Greek New Testament. We're reading Matthew's Gospel. We're in chapter 8 up to verse 18. Idon de hoiesus oklon periauton ekeliusen abelthen es to peran. And Jesus, having seen the crowd around him, periauton, ekeliusen, he gave orders, or he gave orders really, I think, apelthane, to depart, as ton peron, to the opposite side. So presumably this means the opposite side of the lake, which is in Galilee. Kai pros elthon hes grammatius apenauto, didascali, acolutheso soi hopu ian aberke. And one scribe, having come beside him, said to him, Didascale, teacher, I will follow you, takes a dative, hopu, wherever, now an for ean with subjunctive, so wherever you depart to. And Jesus says to him, very funny reply, Hi allopekes, folius ekusin kai tapetena tu uranu kataskenoses. An allopax is a fox, and this is it's a third declension noun, an allopax. And so this is the foxes have folius. This is a late word. It means a den or hole, often used for a den of robbers as one of the places word used. It's a late word, a den or hole. So foxes have their holes, and the birds of the air, their kataskenosis. So kataskenosis is a nest. It's literally a place of setting up your tent, because birds don't have tents, but this simply came to mean a place of rest, and hence a nest. The birds of the heaven have nests. Hode, but huios to anthropou, but the Son of Man, uk eke, does not have. Now I have to supply somewhere. Then we get poo, where. Does not have somewhere where he might lie or rest his head. This is from Clino. And another of his disciples said to him, Kyrie, Lord, epistrepson moi proton apelthane kai dapsai ton pateramu. This is from epitrepo. Epitrepo. So give permission to me, allow me first, apelthane, to go, kai thapsai, this is from thapto, to bury, aorist infinitive, to bury my father. Again, Jesus gives a strange answer, hode Jesus legeauto. Jesus says to him, follow me, kai aphes, and leave the dead, thapsai, to bury their own dead. Kai banti auto es ton ploion kaluthe san auto hoi mathetai autu. Now this is the grammar here is a little bit it's nice Greek grammar. It's his disciples followed. That takes a dative him. And then we get this for him going into the boat. So we get a dative really after the akoluthio to follow. Well, we get two datives. So his disciples, you could say his disciples followed him as he got on board the boat, him getting on board the boat. This is from bino. It's n plus bino. It's the standard word for getting on board ship. So he got on board, disciples followed him into the boat as he got on board ship. Kai idu, and behold, seismos megas, a great, well, seismos is an earthquake, but probably here, well, perhaps some sort of tempestuous sea, some sort of rough sea, but it's literally, behold, there was a great shaking in the sea, or an earthquake in the sea. Hosti, toploion, so that the boat, we get hosti plus infinitive. Kaluptestai is passive from kalupto, to be hidden, so that the boat was hidden, hupatone, kumartone, by the waves. Dative plural from kuma, kumatos, third declension, a word for wave, and but he, that is Jesus, ekathuden, imperfect, he was sleeping. Kai proselthontes, and having come to him, egeran auton, they got him up, they woke him up, they raised him up, legontes, saying, Kyrie soson, vocative, O Lord, imperative from sozo, save us. Apolumatha, we are perishing, from apolumi. Kai legeatois, and he says to them, Ti deloi esti, ologopistoi. Why are you, well, this is cowards, why are you cowardly? Why are you cowards, O ye of little faith? And at that time, having got up, epitimesen, from epitimao, it's the word for rebuke. So he rebuked, it takes a dative, the winds and the sea. Kai geneto galene megale, and there was a great, galene is a calm, used of the sea, so there was a great calm sea, there was a great calm. Hoi de anthropoi, ethaumas and legontes, and the men were amazed, saying, Potipos est in hutos, hoti kai hoi animoi, kai he thalassa auto hup aku usin. What sort of, potipos, what sort of man is this? So what sort is this man? That even, I think we get a kai here, even the winds and the sea obey him. Hupakuo takes a dative. Kai elthontes autu, and then we get the famous story of the Gadarene demoniacs, which is in Mark and Luke. Genitive absolute again. As I said, a lot of these pericope begin with a genitive absolute. So him having come into the opposite side, into the land of the Gadarene, duo, two daimonizomenoi, two people possessed by demons. The dual, in classical Greek this would be in the dual, but the dual's gone by this stage, so it just uses the plural, but it's two demons. This is from hup and ta'o, to met with him, coming out, ek tone mnemeon, from the tombs. Kalipoi lian, they were excessively, well, difficult, perhaps almost savage here. Hosti me iskuane tina parelthane dia tes hodu ekenes. Hosti plus infinitive, so that someone was not strong enough to pass through that road. So that no one was able, we might translate it as, but it's literally iskuo, had the strength to, so that no one had the strength to pass through along that path, along that way. Kai idu, and behold, they cried out, saying, Ti humin kai soi, huiu tu thiu. This is an idiomatic expression you will get numerous times in the Gospels. It's literally what for us and for you. The exact meaning, it's probably an Aramaism. It's not really that close to classical Greek, I don't think. So it's literally what for us and for you. Perhaps something like, what do we have in common? What business of yours is ours? Something like that. Huia, son of God. There's the vocative from huios. And we've got a question again. Have you come, Hodi, here? Basanisai, this is an infinitive, aorist infinitive from basanisdo, to torment us, pro kairu, before the allotted time, before our time, before the season. Ein de makran ap auton. So the makran ap auton is something like far from them. The makran, it's probably understood some sort of word like hodon, which is feminine. So there was a long way from them. Agele, a herd, koiron, of pigs, of many pigs. Boskomene, this is the passive from bosco, to tend or herd, so being tended or being herded. Often used of sheep, but I think any group here it's pigs. And the demons were beseeching him, imperfect, saying, if you will cast us out, apostelon, imperative from apostello, send us into the herd of pigs. And he said to them, hubagete, imperative from hubago, depart. And they, having come out, they departed into the pigs. They went into the pigs, and behold, hormesen pasahe agele, the whole herd. This is from hormao. It's to rush, to hasten forth. It's got quite a range of meanings in classical Greek, but here it's just the whole herd rushed. I think is best for this one here. Kata, down the Kremnu, down the cliff into the sea, and they died in the waters. Hudasin, for dative plural from hudor. Hoi de boscontes efugon, and those who were tending them or herding them fled, and having gone into the city they reported all things, and tarton daimonizomenon, the affairs of the men who were possessed by demons. So the story of the men who were possessed by demons. Kai idu pasahepolis, and behold, all the city exhaled then came out, eis hupantasis. Now we've had the verb hubantao just a minute ago. This is the abstract noun, hupantasis, third declension feminine, for a meeting. So the whole city came out for a meeting with Jesus, and having seen him, they besought him that. Metabe is an aorist subjunctive from metabino. Meta with the verb has the sense of change. Bino is just a general word for go. So here it's to leave, to depart. Perhaps here crossover, depart, so that he might depart, apotone horion outone, from their borders, the borders of their land. And that's the end of chapter 8.